If you grew up in any aspiring global market economy culture, it's likely that you have not been taught to see reality as it is. And it's also likely that you have been trained systematically and purposefully to prioritize things that are not healthy for you and to believe in a way of being alive that makes you sick. When you are sick, a wide range of things happens. Most notably, you will experience symptoms that it is tempting to identify as the problem. Yet when you have a fever, the fever itself is actually fighting off an infection. The fever is not the problem, the infection is the problem. When you are congested, the congestion itself is often trying to get rid of some form of sickness and to block anything new from getting into the body. So though fevers and congestion are very unpleasant, they are actually symptoms, and they are even symptoms that are attempting to help you contend with what's actually wrong. I want to tell you a story. A man and a woman are walking in a park late at night. The man is jangling his keys idly in his pocket. And they talk for a while and they continue to move through the park, and all of a sudden the man puts his hands in his pockets and realizes he's lost his keys. Well, there's a street light nearby, a big lamp, and it's shining rather brightly, so they start looking, and they're systematically looking around the pole. And they're down on their hands and knees, and they're a little bit frantic. Well, a stranger walks by and he asks them what's wrong. And they say, "We're looking for his keys. Will you help?" So he gets down, he starts looking with them, and they this guy works on one side, the stranger works on another, the woman works in the middle. They're all looking systematically. And after a little while, the stranger, he says, "Where did you last have your keys that you remember?" And the man says, "Over there." And he points off in the darkness. And the stranger says, if you know you last had them over there, why are we looking here?" And the man says, "Well, there's more light here. It's easier to see." This is an ideal metaphor for how we treat health in modern and materialistic, capitalistic, corporate, higher education, Western society, and every culture that aspires to be like this. We're focused so intently on a certain range of reality that we ignore a wide range of other aspects of our being. And this is notably spiritual. We are ignoring spiritual forces systematically. We have torn down our relationship with religion, which often is people's only connection to spirituality, and even the religions themselves heavily structured and even numbed out of existence a real awareness of what spiritual vibration does, how it works, how we're affected by it, and how we can own our relationship to health. When you become aware of these forces, you're working with the innards of our being. You are making choices in what you think about and how you process your feelings. And those choices continue to affect you. When you are damaged, when you are traumatized, when you are wounded in a way that you don't know how to be with, you don't know how to feel, you don't know how to process, when you leave a phase of your life, a relationship or a home, a community that you used to live in, and you move on, and yet you don't know how to appropriately grieve these changes, you carry the emotional resonance of who you used to be, because grieving is the process of being present and letting go of your old skins, your old ways of being. And when you dream, when you aspire to create something beautiful, and you invest, almost unwillingly, like you have to. You dream of being an artist. You dream of creating a project that you gather people to participate in, and yet it doesn't work. and it falters and you're drawn by circumstances in a new direction, if you do not consciously learn to process those feelings, they will haunt you. They will stay with you in a manner that you need to learn to be aware of. Spirituality is the process of helping you to be present with the truth, the reality of our spiritual presence. Our spiritual presence it affects material reality. When you carry a resonance that is dissonant to your way of life, it's going to keep vibrating like an out-of-tune note in the middle of a song. And that vibration will keep affecting you until it starts to grip at your physical being. Now, it's a different level of vibration than the presence of material reality, and yet the presence of this vibration will reshape your physical reality if it continues over a long period of time. You must become aware of the darkness, the ways in which you hide. You create a darkness of ignorance by not being aware of the many ways in which spirituality, spiritual resonance, energy, vibration is a part of our lives, is a part of our way of being, and transforms our health every day. Every day. It is up to you to stop looking at what's easy to look at. Stop staring under the streetlight when you're losing your health in ways that you don't know, in the darkness of ignorance, in areas that are unknown to you. But because they're unpleasant, because it's challenging to bring the level of commitment and discipline that is necessary to learn about spirituality, because it is challenging to embrace this responsibility, people often stay looking under the light of material reality, looking under the light of allopathic, mainstream doctors that measure things that we know how to measure. And I'm sharing with you, I'm inviting you deeper to become aware that there's a wide range of other forces that we'll learn how to measure, but when they're not on the table, when they're not part of how we discuss our health, we are not working with the problem in a way that will resolve the problem. I invite you to learn to bring your spiritual light into the darkness. Learn to bring your spiritual light into the darkness of yourself, into the areas that you've hidden, that you've been unaware of, that you've repressed. And by learning in this way, you will gain the insight with the light of your awareness to make better choices, to heal that which harms you, to grieve that which you have carried too long, to let go of dreams that once called you that do not fit with the life that you have created, and perhaps to reclaim the dreams that are most appropriate to you, that you may have believed were beyond your reach.